Alright, hello, this is me, Tyler, doing the Mandy's and Get It number 4, number 5, the theater and dance one. For this topic, I chose to give it a monologue interpretation. This comes from the play Oklahoma, which I was a part in. I was actually Ali Hakim in the one that my FFA chapter put on, because my ag teacher, her whole thing was like promoting Oklahoma agriculture. So all the FFA kids at my school, well, not all of us, but a majority of us, um, signed up, went to rehearsals all the time, and then it was one of our alumni from like our chapter founded a chapter in a nearby town. So it was like the two FFA chapters and then the show choir of that nearby town was also a part of the video. The play. So what's happening? Let's set the scene a little bit. So this is after the auction part. I don't know if you've ever seen Oklahoma, but they do this like it's not like an auction. It's these baskets. Like all the ladies in the area make these like lunch baskets basically, and they auction them off as a fundraiser for the school. And the female lead, which is Lori Williams, she gets Judd Fry saves up like all the money he's like made for like past year, whatever. It's like $30 back in like 1907. So like it's a lot. And her romantic interest, like she actually like likes back. Oh, what is his name? Like this play was like a year ago, and I can't remember. But the male lead, because Judd is like he's a secondary character, and he's kind of like an antagonist, if you will. And anyways, Judd is like, oh, I'm gonna win her over and buy her basket, because like at that time it was like you buy her basket, you buy her basically, like you buy the girl. But Judd is outbid by the male lead, because he literally starts selling things that he has, because he put in like $10. Judd's like, you gonna go any higher than that? Because it's like it's almost like redneck. And then so what is his name altogether? The male lead, like he sells his gun, his saddle, and even his horse. He puts his horse up for like auction, so that he got like $42 altogether. So he like blew Judd out of the water with money basically. And so that's what kind of like the exciting stage for it. But this is at the party afterwards, because they like an auction and they have this like big huge party together. And Judd is alone with Lori, and this is what he says. He's like, I bet you don't remember as much as me. I remember everything you've ever done, every word you ever said. I can't think of nothing else. You see how it is? I see. I ain't good enough for you, am I? I'm a hired hand, got dirt on my hand, pig slop. I ain't fitting to touch you. We'll see who's better, Mr. Lori Williams. Then maybe you won't be so free and high fluting with your airs. You're such a fine lady. I told you the way it was and you wouldn't listen. Well, you ain't never gonna get rid of me. Alright, so there's that. And it was funny, because like when we did this play, is the female lead and this Judd character, Lori and Judd, were actually two sisters, because we had like a limited amount of male characters. So she was actually like, I always played a male character even though I'm a female, and it was just funny to see the stage interaction between like a bitter like a love rival of someone being like in real life being their sister. Shoot, I'm working on Humanities. Well, get your mail. I don't care. Okay. Anyways, so going back to Oklahoma, like that's why it's personally meaningful for me, because I was actually in this play, like I've done it before. I went through the task of like having to talk in a Persian accent for 2 hours. like 3 times a week, I sang a song in that accent. And it's funny because like my character bursts in trying to sell photo cards with like ladies on them because like he's a seller man, and it's right after this like altercation because like Judd goes to grab her and like she runs away and goes and finds the male lead to like get comforted or whatever. And then for the subject matter, it's just dialogue directed at Lori as Judd is confessing his feelings for her. Because, like, they're in the movie, not the play, but in the movie, it shows, like, every time she's taking care of him when he was sick or just helping out around the farm, because that's what he did. He worked for Lori's aunt, I believe. Yeah, it was her aunt that owned the ranch, and then he was just a hired hand. So, like, he caught feelings for, like, the farmer's daughter, in a sense, even though it's aunt and niece. But, and it kind of shows, like, it illuminates that, like, his integrity, like, how he, from the outside, he just looked like an honest, like, working man, or whatever, like, working on the farm. But really, it goes a little darker than that, because, like, when people cross that line of, like, from loving and like having feelings for someone to like being obsessed with them, how it like alters their thought process and how they go after that person. So memorizing it was kind of easy because like I've already heard it 1,000 times as of like 2 years ago, so I just had to like reread over it a little bit, and it was okay. What words stood out to me the most was like when he says pig slop, because it's funny because there's not any pigs on the farm like in the movie or anything, but how he says like I'm a hired hand, got dirt on my hands, pig slop, that stuck out to me because like he washes regularly, but like the fact that he is like so stuck in like she's a nice housewoman, I'm so dirty, I'm lowly, but I still want her, and tries to go after her. Like, that's kind of noble in a sense of, like, he was trying to go outside his class based on, like, what he thought, even though, like, Lori enjoyed him, like, as a friend. So, that's what really stood out to me. Or, like, how he says, I can't think of nothing else. Because, like, going back to, like, once you cross the line of, like, having romantic feelings for someone and then it becoming an obsession, like, and crossing that line. And then going to understanding his character, like, he, not to spoil anything, but he kind of starts, what starts his downward spiral is not winning, like, his girl at the lunch auction, and it just sets him on this course where he gets progressively like worse and worse. Not like evil in a sense, but he's really, the conflict develops between Judd and the male lead. So it's kind of an insight of like you can see where this is like really becoming a problem. Sorry, but I think that is all. I will make a reference sheet for the things I have. Like, obviously, I have the book open right here, and then I just pulled the monologue from the website and just Oklahoma itself because I referenced a few parts of the play. Repeat that in for you. All right. Thank you, and goodbye.